guys, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm CasualCuriousity, and this is my third episode, I believe in my 6th series, which is about Dungeons and Dragons, the basic stuff. This episode will be about classes and subclasses. If you're looking to build a character or just get some general knowledge, I suggest starting back at episode 1, where I just covered the basics, and my last episode was about choosing your race, and this episode, as I said, will be about classes. So I suggest going back to the beginning, but if you want to just listen, I don't really mind. You can stay on this video and look back later. I mean, it's up to you. So, I'm sorry, I'm like out of my mojo if I'm just talking to talk, it seems like. But anyway, now, if you have come from the videos prior, now you've chosen what I would assume that you've chosen what race you want your character to be. Now, in this video, I'm just basically going to be explaining what they can do, what are their possible, I don't want to say occupation, but for lack of a better word, their occupation and what they do. Definition of what the class is, basically, for D&D. Again, I'm going based off of the book. This whole video will be based off of the book to just make it easier. Okay. Basically, a class defines your character's abilities, skills, and role in the party, especially in combat situations and problem solving. Again, okay, some key characteristics of classes is your combat role: damage, support, tank, or control. That's basically what you are. Like, for me, I would say that I'm, like, in my current D&D character, I would say I'm more support. In my last one, I was more damage/tank, because I was one of the, like, bigger members, because I was a dragonborn. In this one, I'm just, I'm a homebrewed race, so I'm a bird, and I'd kind of just act as help. Anyway, abilities. Each class has unique features and powers. Again, you get certain little pluses, and like, for my first D&D character, she was a dragonborn, but with her subclass, she gained the ability to do, like, star-based, she had star-based abilities, so she could, like, summon constellations and such. Spellcasting. Again, for magic users, this is more applicable to, this is not applicable to, like, other, like, more, this is not applicable to races that don't use magic, or classes that use magic. Spellcasting. You are able to cast spells. If you're, like, a sorcerer, a wizard, a druid, although there's a few others, I think there's one more that I'm leaving out, but, you can use spells and spell slots, which, again, aren't, like, limitless. Only cantrips are, like, limitless. Anyway, progression. Classes, they get little bonuses and new abilities as you level up, as you go through the ranks. Anyway, again, this is straight by the book. If you're new here, my research is on this side. That's why I'm looking over here, just to remember. Because even though I've been playing for, like, maybe, like, a year and a half, I think, I still am learning to this day, to be honest. I'm still also relearning some things. Anyway, examples of the classes, basically. Fighter. Pretty obvious. Straightforward combat, typically on the stronger side in regards to, like, their stats, and they're a lot more reliable, again, in combat situations, just in general. Wizard, powerful spellcasters, but they're typically really physically not got it going on. Basically the opposite of what fighter is much more strong, but they're not spell based. Wizards usually rely on magic and spells and stuff to support them and support their team, while fighters use their hands or weapons, whatever. Wizards aren't typically buff. I guess, for lack thereof, an analogy for that. Rogues. Stealthy, like sneaky little people. They're typically, again, like I said, stealthy, sneaky, quiet, and they do high damage, and the way that you typically play them, you're probably going to be one of the more silent players. If you're going to be doing a rogue, I suggest you're a little bit more quiet. You can still chime in every so often, but when you're in a combat situation, you typically are just, like, quiet, if it's in regards to you speaking in character. Next one, misread that. Cleric, healer and support. Sometimes a little bit tanky, it really depends, but cleric's pretty obvious. I know in some other situations cleric typically means a religious thing, but in this matter it's healing and support for your team. You're not typically going to be fighting. You can, but you're more for those who are fighting, you're there to help them, basically. Barbarian. Oh, come back. Barbarian. You have high health, and your combat is similar to fighter, but you're a little bit more I don't want to say this, but like more anger based. If you're a little bit more on the angry side, that's where you get more of your fighting, I guess, energy from. Next one, silly one, people kind of always like, not necessarily bash it, but they're like, playfully bashing it. Bard. Typically play music, they're usually entertainers. They're there for support, they're there for charisma, and they're kind of versatile, honestly. They could fall under any of the roles. They're kind of fluid. Ranger. Nature-based, typically like archer, stuff like that. I had not necessarily a D&D character, but I had a character of mine that was a ranger. He would be a ranger, and he would help in combat situations, but at a distance. Oh shoot. The candle didn't break, it's okay. I just gotta pop right back in. Anyway, after ranger, which is lastly, we have warlock. Typically, it's basically someone who has magic, but from a pact with a other magical being. So they don't have magic inherently within themselves, but they get it from somewhere else, and they go through fighting like that. And then sorcerer, I don't know why I didn't write it down. It should be on here. That's my bad. Don't know why I didn't write it down. Sorcerer, similar to wizard. Spellcaster, similar. I don't remember the entire difference between them, but they're kind of in the realm of the same thing. Some tips for beginners: if you want something simple, fighter, barbarian, pretty self-explanatory. Also, I don't know why monk isn't on here. Damn, I must have forgot some. I don't know how, but I guess I did. My apologies. Monks, they don't use any weapons, they just fight with their hands. Anyway, that's my bad. I'm sorry if I forgot any. Please leave the ones I forgot in the comments. That would really help a lot. And I can probably re-edit this and upload a version where I actually include them, and I'm very sorry that I've forgotten some. But anyway, if you want simple, fighter or barbarian's probably the way to go for you. Pretty self-explanatory as races themselves, just combat and good at fighting and such. If you want spellcasting, magic, wizard, warlock, sorcerer, pretty useful for that. And if you want something that's a little bit more flexible, fluid, bard or rogue would probably be the way to go, at least in my opinion. Anyway, now, hopefully, I don't know if you guys saw that. Now you've gotten a race and a class. Your character's coming together. I think that's pretty great. In the final episode, we will just be, which is the next episode after this, we'll just be recapping everything and then add in some little bonus tips to help you start playing D&D. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry if my explanations were lackluster. I'm probably would have been better off rambling, even though I kind of did that. Anyway, sorry to the races I forgot, or the classes I forgot. Why am I saying races to be of a class? You understand. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good day, good night, good evening, whatever it may be for you. And I will see you guys next time. Stay curious, guys.